First one called of the match. Quick giveaway. Alex Mendez now leaves it for Chris. Back to Alex. The touch. It's in. We have trouble for Chicago House. 2 goals early for Shoreline City.
Yeah, if the first goal was not the way you want to start, you definitely don't want to do this. Cannot let the Mendez triumvirate get going. What a cheeky goal right there from Alex Mendez.
You know, in the FCS, we've seen tons of really good goalkeeping, and we've seen some bad. But the point is, when the goalkeeping position suffers, it really impacts
Absolutely.
the play of the team.
Yeah, and look, so Aaron Gomez, he brought this up about Frankie and Andres. If you just go look at last season's stats, Frankie led the league, 86% save percentage, but then Emerson Mena right behind him at 77%, then Jose Vicario, and then Andres Montes, and all of them over 75%, right? That's how many shots that they were saving coming in. Five minutes to go. Vivero to the spot.
And he sends it to the roof. The lead is 4.
And look, as much.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
Jack Fisher right there put an incredible display of what it should look like when you move from offense to defense.
Kleppel finds space, and it's there for him on the inside once again. Jeremy Kleppel.
Yeah, and this is
Committing a crime so you can try to escape from prison. Bad idea. Go into the pod escape room to play an escape game with your friends. Great idea. Test your skill as an astronaut in outer space. Find Santa in Save Christmas. Or take a vacation to an abandoned island. Just don't get stuck there. The Pod Escape Room. Learn more at thepodlansing.com.
Kleppel with a strike, and Nuss with the finish. How did he know?
How did he know? That was a fortuitous bounce for Alec Nass.
He just got his body in the way after that.
Yep. He was able to find the right spot. I mean, it's really a lucky opportunity. It's a fortuitous bounce.
But he's there.
He is there. He's in the right spot. You know, we say the first shot is on the goalie, the second.
This is one of the things that I wanted to bring up was the idea, we've talked about this before, but the idea of like splitting halves with goalkeepers. In some cases, it really feels like a decision just needs to be made that like this goalkeeper is definitely deserves the spot and is best for the team to play, rather than let's split halves and we see 2 different results.
Yeah, I mean that's the part that just it's so frustrating watching Midwest United this weekend, where in every regard they were dominating the game. And then they take Vicario out and put Marco Narvaez in, and then they end up giving the game away and end up just drawing.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
Oh, wow. What a shot from Diego Pinto. Top shelf, outstanding placement. It takes a lot to beat Emerson Mena, and he does. He beats him near post at that. Fantastic shot.
Wow. How did he get that in?
How did he get that in? I think Emerson Mena's thinking the same.
We also have seen the goalkeeping position have a huge positive impact on games as well. I mean, there's games that it's like, Lansing City at Detroit Imperial last year, Emerson Mena is like, that was really the first game that we saw him play, and it was like, oh my goodness, like he is the goalkeeping is the difference in this game. And it's And if you missed the first half, 3 of the 5 goals for Shoreline City as they are on attacking chance here. Chris Mendez puts it away with the cheeky chip for goal number 6.
Well, Chris Mendez loves his chippy chips. Fantastic chip right there from Chris Mendez. Alex Mendez with the assist.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
Long one again coming to the back. Gets placed across the front of the goal, and Mena is there. How about the other way? Detroit Imperial strike first.
Wow, and just the attack is relentless for Detroit Imperial. What a fantastic save from Emerson Mena. And one of the things we talk about that he does so well is he maintains possession on shots, and he did right there, able to distribute to Yaya Meska to put it away with the quick transition play.
Yaya Meska gets on the stat sheet in a meaningful way.
Committing a crime so you can try to escape from prison. Bad idea. Go into the pod escape room to play an escape game with your friends. Great idea. Test your skill as an astronaut in outer space. Find Santa in Save Christmas. Or take a vacation to an abandoned island. Just don't get stuck there. The Pod Escape Room. Learn more at thepodlansing.com.
Steele having to come out to make a play. Play's not over now. Action's still going. What did we just see? Yes! Fikret Hasevic. Why not, son? Goal, Midwest United!
If that's not the goal of the week, I have no clue what is. What a beautiful little touch. Look at this. A little roll up, not even looking at the net, and giving
Like, if I'm a fan of Midwest and I watch that game, and we have what I would be, in my opinion, one of the best keepers in the league, and he's not playing the second half.
And to Marco, what we saw, he gave up 6 goals. Lucario was in there for 20 minutes. First half, didn't give up any. And so, that's a huge disparity.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lansing, Michigan, here in the Lansing City Arena for today's Futsal Champions Series match. Lansing City taking on Ole Futsal Club in what should be a very exciting match. It's always exciting when these two teams meet up. I'm Jared Klepp along with Gerard Ascani. We are so pumped for this match, and we're just about ready for starting lineups and kickoff. So we're going to take you to the court, send you to the PA, and we'll see you on the other side.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lansing City Arena for tonight's Futsal Champions Series match between our visitors is Ole Futsal and your Lansing City. To begin the contest tonight, let's start by meeting the starting lineups. First for Ole Futsal. At the opposition, number 88, Nico. In the Pino spot, it's number 6, Hey. In the opposition, number 9, Taylor. And at the Futsal spot, number 16, Daniel. And finally, in goal for Ole is number 12, Brady. Hey, goes
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lansing City Arena for this firecracker of a match. Lansing City hosting Ole Futsal Club. Ole in their first FCS action, and Lansing coming off a 8-2 victory here at home last weekend against Jinga. I'm Jared Klepp along with Gerard Ascani. Gerard, when these two teams meet almost every time, it has been top-tier, exciting futsal.
Yeah, absolutely. The fireworks are not far behind when Ole and Lansing City match up. And tonight we got a lot on our plate. They got some new players for Ole Futsal Club that we have not seen before. Daniel Ariano, he was somebody that was rostered last season but never got to play. He was injured. And David Zavala is somebody that comes with high praise from Fabian Rodriguez. So we will see the impact they will have tonight.
Those are two players not in the starting lineup, and let's see who are in the starting lineup. First for Lansing City, Castaneda in net. He played really good last week. Fisher, Espinel, Barney, and Blanco. No Alec Nas today. He's not on the bench. We do see Trezor, Chris Spain, and Diego Bobadilla. How about Alessandro Blanco? He played last year, but he's looked like a new player this year.
Yeah, he absolutely has. Last week he put on a really impressive performance. We'll see if he can continue that tonight.
And for Ole Futsal, not a lot of surprises, really only one difference, and it is Daniel De Leon coming over from Midwest. Frankie Mendoza in goal, one of the best keepers in the league. Lito Esquivel, Aaron Gomez, JR Real. No Chris Mendez, and that's kind of where Daniel De Leon is flipping around, and Gomez is going up to the pivot.
Yeah, and De Leon was somebody that joined Ole over the summer. He did not play a really substantial role. Seeing him in the starting lineup tonight was a little bit of a surprise, but not surprising from a talent perspective, but just seeing the role that he played. So it will be interesting to see how they utilize him today.
And of course, no Sammy Esquivel. I believe he's been hurt for a while, so he is still hurt and not here today. Lansing City stand over. They are going to get things going for today's match. Lansing City, Ole, here we go. Beto Espinel on the far side, met by Lito Esquivel. And quickly back to Daniel De Leon, number 16, in white. Ole, of course, in those new white kits, going right to left. And Lansing City in the black and blue, going left to right. Typically for this away match, we would see these jerseys reversed, but tonight we're seeing the away kits of both teams. Gomez quickly dribbling to the middle, and Jack Fisher is there. Gomez takes the corner. Here's J.R. Real, faced up by Drew Barney. Trips, Barney attacks, he has it. Gomez to beat, left foot strike. Mendoza meets him at the near post.
Excellent effort from Drew Barney right there to win the ball and create some attack all by himself.
There is number 2, Drew Barney. Just as you were mentioning. Oh, Alessandro Blanco off the corner. Lansing City strike first.
You know, we talk about Ole's intricate set pieces, but what a phenomenal effort right there between Jack Fisher and Sandro Blanco just to set that up. It's not something to catch Frankie Mendoza sleeping often, but at the back post, he was caught out.
Yeah, 2 Ole defenders as well. Blanco split and right in front of J.R. Real and Daniel De Leon, as you saw. And Ole not used to being the trailing team, and here in the first minute, they find themselves down by 1.
Yeah, not at all. And early, before that set piece took place, Jeremy Kleppel made his entry into the game. You have to wonder if Ole was prioritizing him on defense during the corner.
Chase it down is Daniel De Leon. Brings it up to J.R. Real. As you mentioned, Jeremy Kleppel on the court now for Beto Espinel. Quick substitution for them. No substitutes for Ole yet, but we expect to see that quite a bit. They're a team that's known for being able to have 3 lines where the play does not drop much, and they equalize. It is Daniel De Leon for Ole.
You know, we talk about the first save being on the keeper, the second save on the defense, and the defense just did not recover. Ethan Castaneda made an outstanding foot save, but Daniel De Leon was there to clean it up.
As we take another look there, Daniel De Leon just trailing and has the position on the Lansing City defenders. and he opens up the year in an Ole uniform with a goal early on to bring this game back to a 1-1 deadlock.
Yeah, it's interesting to see De Leon get on the score sheet early with the goal. He was the assist leader last season in FCS.
Jack Fisher looking back post, saved by the foot of Mendoza. Kleppel now with a strike, and he finds the outside of the net. We talked about the FCS first women's match just a moment ago, and the great split saves we were seeing in Mendoza already showing how he does it to save that one at the back post.
He was not happy with that first goal, and he showed that split save off on the second shot right there.
Long distribution to Alessandro Blanco. He gets position. He's being held. No call double coming for him, and eventually out over the end line for what I thought was going to be a corner, but is now being called for a restart for Ole.
And just like you mentioned, we see a whole new line for Ole.
Yep, now it's Johan Vasquez with
Cesar Martinez.
We also have Cesar Alayo and Danny Diaz on the floor for Ole.
And speaking of injuries, Adrian Diaz, his twin, is still injured as well.
So no Adrian for them. Castaneda goes short to Barney. Now Kleppel right back to him, trying to get by Johan. He does inside. Deflection off of Martinez, nearly found the far post netting. Now it's Diaz down the sideline. Cesar Alayo wide open. Ole go up by 1.
Wow, just Daniel Diaz's ability to maintain the pressure from Jeremy Kleppel right there and to get the pass off. Phenomenal composure from Diaz. And it looks like we have 2 accumulated fouls, 1 in each direction on that last play.
So 1-1 on the foul count. Kleppel gets grabbed. His strike blocked by Mendoza, and we are going to see a second foul for Ole. On that last goal, you just hate to see Lansing City not getting back to leave Martinez wide open. I mean, this happened in one of the games last week. A guy is near the back post or in front of the goal. He can order a pizza, go and get it, and come back, and he still would be wide open.
We talked about that, and the first game tonight was just about that transition and the speed of transition from offense to defense. And in futsal, it is of the utmost importance to transition immediately.
And that's something that Lansing City struggled with all year last year. No struggles against Jinga last week, but we knew that this would be the test for them. Kleppel on the follow-up, rockets it out of bounds. And Ole are making a change.
And this is the third line, and this is the first time we're seeing David Zavala and Daniel Arellano tonight, joined with Mose Crawford and Pablo Riel.
David Saltzman on the defense, trying to win that one. Not there. Here is Aureliano. Zavala getting by Barney. Into the middle, loses it. Sandro Blanco the other way has Barney. The strike toe poke goes well high. We see 2 Lansing City substitutes ready to enter. It's going to be Trezor Crispain and Diego Bobadilla joining Saltzman and Kleppel on the floor.
And this is really going to be one of the biggest stories tonight, is just the substitution patterns and how well rested Ole will be throughout this match because of the 3 full lines that they put out there.
Here's Crawford working with Zavala. Now Aureliano. Diego Bobadilla steps in and steals it. Ball across, and Trezor Crispain finds the back of the net for Lansing City. It's all tied up.
Phenomenal response from Lansing City. Diego Bobadilla spots Crispain making the back post run. Mose Crawford was in perfect position, gets a deflection, but just cannot deflect it out of the path of Crispain.
Yeah. It hit his plant foot,
yeah,
and he couldn't control where it went. And Crispain's able to follow it up and put this one at a 2-2 score line.
And even with the deflection, Bobadilla will pick up an assist on that play.
Bobadilla pressing up. Arellano does well, but eventually out for a kick in. So not even 4 minutes in, and we had 4 goals already in this match. 2 by each side. And we're getting a whistle from the official. He explained it to them what happened, but I couldn't hear well enough. But we have the kick in again. Bobadilla, heavy pressure on David Zavala. Back to Mendoza they go. He uses up his touch in the backcourt. Lansing City now on the press. Bobadilla steps up. Has Crispane in the middle. Stops on a dime. Trying to get by Zavala through the nutmeg. Can't get it. And now a ball in. Pablo Real Castaneda off the post. And I thought we were going to get an accumulated foul on Bobadilla as well, but no signal for that from the officials. Saltzman up to Crispane. It rolls under his foot and out for a throw from Mendoza.
And we see the full rotation for Ole. This is the first line back in action again.
Beto Espinal on the floor. Ball is lost to J.R. Real. Shot blocked by Bobadilla before it could get to Castaneda. Lansing City on the break. Crispane, Ole defenders getting back, no longer have an advantage. J.R. Real continues to push forward. Crispane keeps it though. Now Saltzman inside to Kleppel, all the way looking for Crispane, but it's over his head. J.R. Real puts it into play. Aaron Gomez to the middle. Saltzman coming in. De Leon leaves it for JR, and now back to Captain Lito Esquivel. Taking on Saltzman. Far side De Leon. Now Real at the top. Slows things down for the white Ole. Usually we're seeing them as the Grand Rapids Red. They still got the red jerseys. We talked about the red hot. Maybe this is a white hot flame.
White hot.
Quick distribution to Sandro Blanco. He was in alone for a moment, but was pressured quickly by Aaron Gomez and De Leon. But it will be a Lansing City kick-in. Blanco inside, finds Jack Fisher, and he hit that. What an opportunity for him.
Some really dangerous opportunities for Lansing City off of set pieces. It's one of the things Ole is known for, and Lansing City's given a taste of their own medicine.
6 minutes in now. We talk about the 3 lines for Ole. It'll be something to look for as the match goes on, is how much can Lansing City keep up with the fitness, or I should say the Lansing City's fitness compared to Ole's fitness and their 3 lines that they're going to be rotating pretty regularly in.
Yeah,
Kleppel puts De Leon on the ground, no call. Shot from Fisher blocked.
It's one of the really important factors for Lansing City, developing a full roster, not just depending on one line like they did for a lot of last year.
Corner comes to Kleppel. Faced by Gomez, trying to find space, and Gomez slides and keeps it from going anywhere. Some new pieces on the team for Lansing City this year that could help in what you were just talking about. Trying to strengthen their second and third lines. Right now the starters out for both teams. Jack Fisher down the line. Got by J.R. Real, but the ball was too far ahead of him. Now Mendoza finds J.R. Real.
This beautiful touch just to set that up.
Yeah, beat Jack Fisher on that roll. Kind of caught him with his back shoulder. He was kind of in position, but he didn't know it was coming. Quick turnover, Jack Fisher slides, and now it comes back to Lito Esquivel at the half line. De Leon to the near post. Castaneda saves. Blanco pressuring. Fisher up to Blanco. In on goal. Brings it back, and it's just out of the reach of Drew Barney. Chip in to Lito Esquivel. He's in on goal. And Castaneda comes up with a big one.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Lansing City caught out like that. Lito Esquivel broke the line, and there was no one trailing really close. Jack Fisher had to make a long run to catch up.
Nyasaba puts it into touch, much to the dismay of Jeremy Kleppel, who's frustrated, and Nyasaba will sit back down. Off the kick in, Elia with the shot, goes high. Now Kleppel walking it up the court. Martinez in front of him. Trying to get it into the mix where Blanco and Bobadilla were. Down goes Diaz. Kleppel with a strike. Wide to the right.
Every possession so far tonight, the intensity has ratcheted up. It's like it just keeps going at another level.
I was literally just about to say, the first 8 minutes, it's like the intensity is crazy right now. Both teams playing so sharp and solid and expecting such high, fast-paced futsal from their players. And this has been, 4 goals. What an exciting, this has been the best 8 minutes of futsal we've seen all year yet.
All season. Absolutely.
Season. Here's Bobadilla to Blanco inside, looking for Barney. Had some space, but Diaz is there. Corner for Lansing City.
It's just both of these teams play at such an advanced level. You can see a deeper level of communication and positioning and placement of passes. It all really comes out in a way that's really beautiful.
Lansing City on the corner. That one's blocked. They'll get another one.
And that's the second time they've made the same exact run on a set piece, and it's created a pretty simple shot. That time it went wide, but Ole needs to fix something on this corner defense because they are letting open shots right in the middle of the penalty area.
That's how Lansing City scored. The opening goal was off a corner to Alessandro Blanco.
Yeah, you can see Daniel Diaz made an adjustment and was able to head that ball away, preventing the attack.
Kleppel now with it. Space inside. Shot. He finds the back of the net. Lansing City up by 1.
We haven't said it yet this season, but what a rocket from Jeremy Kleppel. Across his body, across the goal. He finds the back post side netting.
Cesar Elia turning his back, trying to get in front of it and also protect himself as Kleppel finds the side net and gives Lansing City the 1-goal advantage. And Ole find themselves down by a goal for the second time today. Ball out of bounds, last touch by Lansing City. Cesar Martinez looked like he was injured for a second. Seems to be okay. Ball into Elia. Last touch by Ole, trying to lock Lansing City in the corner here. You could hear it right as the ball went out of bounds. They're talking to each other. The bench is talking in a very specific fashion to try to lock Lansing City in their zone. Chris Bain up the court now. Saltzman joins him. And Ole kick it out. Lansing City ball right across the halfway line. Chris Bain gets it in all the way to Bobadilla on the far side. 1-2 with Saltzman. He's free. Johan Vasquez with the slide at Fixo. Making plays like that so often for Ole.
Truly one of the standouts and one of the reasons Ole has such a great defense.
Ole go back and now all the way to the other side. Vasquez tries to go down the line and it's not there. Ali Ahmed on the floor for Lansing City for the first time today. Number 4, Lansing City Academy player. Once upon a time, took a break from futsal and now is back. And he has it here. Looking for Chris Bain. Down goes Martinez trying to draw a foul. No whistle. As Ole make their change to their third line. Saltzman tried to chip. It was blocked. Now he's working with Crispane. Crispane on the poke. And it's right to the paws of Mendoza. Ali Ahmed, high pressure on Daniel Ariano. Here is Mose Crawford. He's got Pablo Real to his left. David Zavala to his right. Here is Pablo. Back to Crawford. Heavy pressure from Lansing City. David Zavala draws the foul on Crispane. Lansing City gets their second. Crawford with lots of space. Still space. Ended up being a poor pass, but Crawford got on the other end of it. And Castaneda has to make a kick save. What should have been a transition for Lansing City the other way turns out to be a dangerous shot for Ole. And down goes Zavala again, no call. Crispane trying to work with Fisher, and what an effort from Mendoza to keep that one from being a corner. Whistle against Lansing City, their third.
Yeah, what an outstanding play from Mendoza to keep that ball in play and even start an attack from it.
High press from Lansing City. Ali Ahmed wins it. Left foot strike blocked by Ariano. Ole in the middle of a line change. They've gotten one player on. David Zavala, the long diagonal. Castaneda meets it.
You know, we talked about that last match, the aggressiveness out of the goalkeeper and how sometimes they can go unnoticed. There's no save that Castaneda gets right there, but what an outstanding effort to prevent the shot from developing into something dangerous.
This restart coming from Mendoza. Kleppel wins it. Now Barney. Strike! Took a deflection and Mendoza makes the save.
Mendoza's put in some work in early. He's showing quickly why he's one of the best keepers in the league.
Fisher to take this corner. Gives it away to Gomez. Two Lansing City defenders right there. Alessandro Blanco wins it. Now Lansing City at the top. Blanco on the right. Running into his own player. Is able to keep possession. Working with Fisher inside. Shot! Screaming to the near post, but it is wide.
And quickly, Lansing City's jumped out to a huge shot lead. They are just peppering the goal and everything around it. They have 21 shots to Ole's 9.
J.R. Real looking for the flick, not on the same page as Gomez. Kleppel takes over, finds Blanco. Blanco in the corner. De Leon wins it. And it was out of bounds. Corner kick for Lansing City. Mendoza can't believe it. Lansing City scored on a corner earlier today for the first goal of the match. See what they draw up here. Comes out to Kleppel. That one a little too hot to handle on the back foot of Barney. So we'll be put back into play by Lito Esquivel. I'm actually having an issue with the in-arena scoreboard. But your scoreboard on your screen is working just fine, so we'll continue there. Oh, looks like it's back up and running. Blanco on the attack, working with Bobadilla. Now Kleppel. Space for his left foot, hits the bar. Sorry, the post on the far side. Dislodged the net.
How did that not go in?
Wow.
Wow, the power on it dislodged the net. Mendoza couldn't even respond. It was hit so hard.
J.R. Real with pace the other way. Bobadilla defends. Real with his back to goal, trying to turn. Bobadilla comes in. Gomez had a free look, but Saltzman was there.
Outstanding positioning from David Saltzman to recognize what was developing. Those goalkeeper instincts did not fail him whatsoever.
Former goalkeeper David Saltzman started futsal actually at the goalkeeper position. As Real goes wide left here. So if you're unfamiliar with David Saltzman, you're going to see him in that kind of a position more times than not. Long distribution to Chris Payne. He keeps it alive in the corner, faced up by Lito Esquivel. Last touched by Lansing City, out for restart in the hands of Mendoza. 7:30 left in the first. Lansing City with the 1-goal advantage. Lito Esquivel looking for the pivot spot, deflected, and Castaneda wasn't aware that it had been touched by a Lansing City player, so he easily could have grabbed it. Instead, it's an Ole corner. Chip to the top of the arc. Finds De Leon. And now a corner for Ole. J.R. Real. Left foot strike near post. Castaneda is there. He was waiting for that shot. You could see it. Now Real to Lito Esquivel. Esquivel interrupted by Tresor Crispin. 2v1, and he makes the defensive play. And Saltzman the other way to thwart the counter.
You know, 6 minutes ago we said the intensity just kept ratcheting up. It was continued. It just keeps getting higher.
Under 7 to go now. Mendoza up out of net. Saltzman meets him, and it goes out of bounds. Ole's ball. Up the court to Gomez. He looks inside. J.R. Real has space. Tries to split the defenders. Kept it on his foot for a moment. Not able. How about this distribution to Crispin? Too far. And Crispin comes back, wins the ball, 3v1. Crispin tries to leave it for Bobadilla, and it's not there. And the official's going to have a conversation with Lito. He's calling for him to come over. Lito was upset that there was no call on the last play when he went to the ground.
And there was a lot of contact, a lot of physicality. Questionable whether or not there should have been a foul call. Lito Esquivel obviously upset and frustrated. If he continues much more, he will be cautioned for dissent.
Lansing City now to put it into play. Jack Fisher inside to Barney. Back to Kleppel. Cesar Alayo at the top defending Kleppel. Kleppel on his left foot. Puts it in towards the goal, and a hard angle touched by Mendoza for a corner.
It makes you wonder, how did he even get that shot on frame?
Yeah,
with the angle he had going away from the goal.
I was thinking the same thing. A couple missed touches there. Danny Diaz takes it, and saved by Barney there. Away now in the back, looking up the floor. Alayo. And down the line, tries to give it to Danny Diaz, and it rolls out for Lansing City. Ball, they'll make substitutes here. Blanco on the floor, Beto Espinal on the floor. Lansing City, how they started is how they are now. Ball inside, stolen by Cesar Martinez. Martinez tried to go back to Alayo, lost it, 2v1, Blanco trips over the ball, and now Danny Diaz has a chance. He puts it away. Tie game here in the arena.
You know, we talk about the intensity level just continuing to go up and up and up. We saw last time Daniel Diaz feed the assist to Cesar Alayo. Will Alayo return the favor, feeding Diaz this time?
Looked like he beat Castaneda to the 5-hole there. There's Ole pull even at 3 apiece. Just moments after Lansing City had a 2v1.
Yeah, and what's interesting about this scoreline right here, it's 3 apiece, but we have 6 different goal scorers.
Wow. That's really cool. Yeah. That's really cool. Tells you a little bit about the play that we're seeing from these two sides tonight.
Yeah, it's one of the things going into the matchup at the end of last season. Fabian Rodriguez, coach of Ole Futsal Club, talked about just really shutting down and limiting Jeremy Kleppel because of how important he was to this Lansing City attack. And it's one of the things Lansing City developed is more reliance on other players.
Great defense there from Cesar Alayo. Lansing City win the corner with just under 5 to play. Got to go under the banner to find the ball. Fisher now inside. Barney had a clean look at it and just whiffed it. That's not the first time Lansing City have found themselves with space in the middle off of a set piece like that.
Yeah, realistically, that is one of the most important adjustments for Ole to make at halftime to make sure that they shore up their defense on these set pieces.
Lyle gets by. Fisher thought so, but it was out of bounds.
I mean, the ball might have been out, but what an incredible move right there from Alayo to work it around, especially Jack Fisher, who is just a defensive standout in his own right.
Barney inside. Fisher trying to get it. It's Martinez who comes up with it, and he dribbles it out of bounds. Barney puts it into play. Blanco, quick turn. Tried to find Kleppel on the diagonal. Blanco still with it, and he gets whistled for Lansing City's 4th foul. Timeout, Ole, with 4:13 on the clock. And this game has been so intense, so exciting. And it is also sponsored by Ally Marketing. The official marketing partner of the Futsal Champions Series is Ally Marketing. If you're looking for a marketing partner that treats you more like a friend than a number in their bank book, check out allymarketing.us, ALOY marketing.us. Ally Marketing, let's be friends. So Ole with the timeout with just over 4 minutes. What's going on in that huddle?
I mean, the biggest thing we just talked about, their set pieces. It's very uncharacteristic of them to have that much space open in the central area of the court, specifically the central area of the penalty area. You know Frankie Mendoza's not happy about that, and Fabian Rodriguez absolutely is not either.
Lansing City, on the flip side, they didn't have a whole lot to discuss, and they're back on the floor, ready to keep going.
Yeah, they have to love the way they're playing right now. It's one of the things we talked about, them increasing their depth, getting more than just reliance on one line, and they've shown that tonight, really with the 3 goal scorers, but really 2 solid full lines with extras on top of that.
And if you watched any of the earlier action, Shoreline City went to Akron and put a beat down on Innovation. They win that one 8-1. So Shoreline now 2 wins, no losses, and a draw in their first 3 matches. Off the set piece. Here goes Danny Diaz, and he dribbles it out of bounds.
And Shoreline will find themselves at the top of the table for at least a full week.
Ball into Kleppel on the far side. Vasquez meets him. Back to Bobadilla, inside to Saltzman. Alayo picks it off. He goes backwards. Now Cesar Martinez. Alayo trying to find Danny Diaz. Another lifted ball to Diaz. Can he keep it in? He does. And it's going to go out for an Ole corner. Ole looking to change their line. Only one player gets on. It's Pablo Real. The other 3 players said, I want to be part of this attack. We're not coming out yet. Ball in play short. Martinez and Alayo. Is that one off? It was off of Lansing City. Corner coming up. Johan Vasquez, lots of space. Saltzman blocks that shot. Forces Vasquez to go all the way back. And the pressure from Lansing City causing the turnover. Bobadilla to put it back into play. Looks to Chris Spain. Alayo's there. Turns across the middle. Mendoza meets it.
Fantastic spin right there from Trezor Prispain to create something out of nothing, just kind of trapped in the corner. But nice spin move to create an opportunity.
Oh, Jack Fisher again got space in the middle, and Ole are 3 or 4 players are pointing at that spot. Guys, what are we doing? This is not the first time it's been open. Long one for Kleppel. It's out of his reach.
And they know it's an issue, but they have not figured out how to solve the problem yet.
Here's Crawford working with David Zavala in the back. Up to the pivot spot. Pablo Real turns. Kleppel's there. And now Fisher goes back to Castaneda. Bobadilla looking up. And he goes back to Kleppel. He goes to the floor. Kleppel across half line. Here's Bobadilla working against Crawford. And his shot is blocked by the sliding Crawford. Bobadilla's wondering why he didn't get a foul called for him when he hit the floor. I missed what happened.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly what happened. It looked like maybe the legs got tripped up.
Kleppel with space, left foot. It's high and wide. Mendoza was in position as well as he retrieves this ball. And he'll put it back into play. Zavala to Crawford. Looking back in his direction. Fisher's there. Now Ole at the halfway line. Here's Ariano. Back to Real. Now Crawford to Ariano. Bobadilla goes down. No call. Castaneda comes out. Makes the save with his feet. Has to keep using his feet. And he goes down. Whistle. Foul against Ole, their third.
Yeah, really outstanding effort right there from Castaneda to draw that foul. That was a really dangerous position to find himself in. Really, really smart, intelligent play to draw a foul in that situation.
Barney working with Kleppel in the back. Ole applying pressure. Here's Blanco with some space. Fisher inside to the back post. It got through. Barney probably didn't think it was going to make it all the way there. There was a lot of bodies for it to get through.
You know who did think was going to make it there? Frankie Mendoza. Did you see that diving split save or sliding split save?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was ready for it.
He was ready for it.
Away from the back. To the hands of Mendoza. He finds Zavala on the near side. Now Crawford. Ole in the middle of a line change. Only one player swapped for them. And now as they lose it, you'll see 2 of the other players make the change as they rotate back to their starting 5. Kleppel faced up by Gomez. Space on the inside. Back to the left. Loses it for a moment. Now back to Barney. He goes back to Kleppel. Gomez with great defense and cheers from his teammates. Winning a kick-in for his team on the attack from Kleppel. Mendoza out of goal, providing space. Quickly across the half line. As De Leon, now back to the middle. Esquivel slowing things down. A 5 attacker look here for for Ole. Frankie Mendoza high up the floor, deep in the corner. And he'll stay for the time being.
We saw Jenga do this last week for about 9 minutes.
It was closer to 11.
Yeah, closer to 11. So a lot of practice for Lansing City leading into this game.
And now with the turnover, Esquivel back in net. And Lido is not happy with his team on that giveaway. He knows how dangerous those can be when your keeper is out of net. And even more so when your keeper is that far up the floor in the corner. Just 16 seconds now. Wow, I feel like the last time I looked at the clock, it was like 4. as we tick down to the final seconds of the first half. 3-3 score line. Barney trying to keep it in, but he can't. 5 seconds to go. Here's Lito Esquivel. Looking for a poke to De Leon, and Kleppel will send it in the direction of Blanco, and time expires before that play. And a 3-3 deadlock at the half. Teams trading punches. Ole have not led today, correct? Or did they lead once? Lansing City's led twice. But we'll have to get that sorted out in the halftime show as both teams head to the locker room. But an exciting match. You better stay glued to your seat, ladies and gentlemen. We're sending you to our sponsors, and we'll be back in a bit with the LA Marketing Halftime Show. Don't go anywhere. First one called of the match. Quick giveaway. Alex Mendez now leaves it for Chris. Back to Alex. The touch. It's in. We have trouble for Chicago House. 2 goals early for Shoreline City.
Yeah, if the first goal was not the way you want to start, you definitely don't want to do this. Cannot let the Mendez triumvirate get going. What a cheeky goal right there from Alex Mendez.
You know, in the FCS, we've seen tons of really good goalkeeping, and we've seen some bad. But the point is, when the goalkeeping position suffers, it really impacts
Absolutely.
the play of the team.
Yeah, and look, so Aaron Gomez, he brought this up about Frankie and Andres. If you just go look at last season's stats, Frankie led the league, 86% save percentage, but then Emerson Mena right behind him at 77%, then Jose Vicario, and then Andres Montes, and all of them over 75%, right? That's how many shots that they were saving coming in. Five minutes to go. Vivero to the spot.
And he sends it to the roof. The lead is 4.
And look, as much
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
First one called of the match. Quick giveaway. Alex Mendez now leaves it for Chris. Back to Alex. The touch. It's in. We have trouble for Chicago House. 2 goals early for Shoreline City.
Yeah, if the first goal was not the way you want to start, you definitely don't want to do this. Cannot let the Mendez triumvirate get going. What a cheeky goal right there from Alex Mendez.
You know, in the FCS, we've seen tons of really good goalkeeping, and we've seen some bad. But the point is, when the goalkeeping position suffers, it really impacts
Absolutely.
the play of the team.
Yeah, and look, so Aaron Gomez, he brought this up about Frankie and Andres. If you just go look at last season's stats, Frankie led the league, 86% save percentage, but then Emerson Mena right behind him at 77%, then Jose Vicario, and then Andres Montes, and all of them over 75%, right? That's how many shots that they were saving coming in. Five minutes to go. Vivero to the spot.
And he sends it to the roof. The lead is 4.
And look, as much
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.
Welcome to the Ally Marketing Halftime Show. Ally Marketing, let's be friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Lansing City Arena. It's halftime right now between Lansing City and Ole. Oh my goodness. We have a game, ladies and gentlemen. This has been one of the most exciting and entertaining futsal matches that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, they don't disappoint. Never do they. Lansing City and Ole Futsal Club, they always bring the heat every time they match up.
And the scoreline 3-3. Lansing City have led by 1 3 times. Ole 3 times have gotten back. It was confirmed.
Oh,
we were wondering, but it was confirmed. Kleppel went ahead with the 3rd goal, and Diaz had the tying one. So Ole have only been never leading this match, and they've let some space into the middle. I'm sure they talked about that in the halftime locker room.
That had to be the biggest conversation in the locker room. It's just these set-piece plays that typically Ole is really strong at defending and attacking on. But they have plenty of space a number of times, not just on corner kicks, but even on kick-ins from the sideline.
Yeah, and for Lansing City, I think one of the biggest questions is, can they sustain this for a whole game, right? Ole, they have 3 lines, and they're rotating them consistently. Lansing City, we've seen more depth last game and this game in their lines, but we're still seeing some players get the majority of the action. So can they sustain that for the whole match? That is going to be, I think, the biggest question for Lansing.
Yeah, and one of the most important things to talk about, we mentioned this during the game, 6 goals, 6 different goal scorers across both teams. You can see the depth really coming through.
All right, second half is out and away as we prepare for more excitement. Lansing City and Ole, they flip sides. We are seeing Andres Montes in net for Ole. So we normally do see them swap goalkeepers on both sides. Actually, Lansing City coming out with a little different look. Ole coming out in their starting 4. Gomez, Villarreal, Lido Esquivel, Daniel De Leon. Lansing City, Beto Espinal, Diego Bobadilla, Tresor Crispain, and David Saltzman. Ethan Castaneda still in net for them. Here's Montez. Ole still in possession, and they give it away. Successful pressure from Lansing City, but they give it right back. A 2v1. Castaneda makes the sliding stop outside of his arc on Aaron Gomez.
What an effort from Castaneda just to prevent any opportunity to get a shot off.
That was a very important defensive play from Castaneda as down the line goes Villarreal, finding space, and it's hit over the bar by Castaneda.
And if Castaneda does not come out aggressively right there, that's a 1v keeper situation and a really dangerous spot. And Castaneda's like, instead of waiting to deflect or save the shot, I'm just going to prevent the shot from even happening.
Very well done by the man in orange for Lansing City tonight. Villarreal puts one across near the back post area. De Leon was lurking, but never in an area to be dangerous. Ole now on the counter. Aaron Gomez slows it down. Inside to De Leon, right back to him. Lido Esquivel switching the point of attack. Villarreal on the far side, looking for a 1v1. Diego Bobadilla steps in, all ball. Real will put it back into play. Gomez looking for help. All the way over to Lido Esquivel. Gets by Saltzman. Castaneda again comes out and wisely just does the fake. And will restart play. Bad touch from Bobadilla. Villarreal poked away now by Bobadilla, and Aaron Gomez retrieves it. That one passed right to David Saltzman. And now Kleppel trying to find Saltzman, and De Leon is there. Heavy pressure from Saltzman. Right up on De Leon, pushing him back and back and back. And keeper restart called. So Montez will put it into play. Lido Esquivel going down the line now to Gomez, receives it back. Gomez in the middle, and Castaneda is out to claim it at the top of his arc. 2.5 minutes already gone. Half moving very quickly. David Saltzman on the far post. He can't quite get there. Small collision with Montez, but nothing to be concerned about. That was a really good chance for Lansing City there.
Just missed on the connection with Crispain and Saltzman.
Bobadilla, quick turn, and he gets hit to the floor by Joan Vasquez, no call. Quickly won back by Bobadilla. Now Kleppel. Ole with their second line. Danny Diaz pokes it away. It's going to go all the way back out for Lansing City. Kick in deep in their own territory. Lansing City in the middle of putting the majority of their starting 4 out there. It's Fisher, Kleppel, Bobadilla, and Blanco. And Barney is waiting. Up high in the air, Diaz brings it down to Alayo. He goes up to Diaz, a nice turn. Castaneda, wow! Cesar Alayo nearly had another easy one and didn't get there in time.
We just talked about how Chris Spain and Saltzman barely missed. Same thing for Diaz and Alayo. That would have been their third goal combined together between the two of them.
It was a great turn from Danny Diaz on the first touch, rolling it over across his body, and the pass would have had Alayo with an open net. Blanco takes it away. Still fighting for it on the ground. It's out for a kick in favor of Ole. Alayo goes long, it gets through. Danny Diaz into the corner, and he is able to win a corner as Castaneda meets him. And last touch by Castaneda.
Yeah, outstanding effort from Diaz there to win the corner or kick in. Not sure exactly the placement of this. Looks like it's going to be a kick in.
Just a little
outstanding effort from Diaz.
Ball into Martinez in the middle. He gets a pick from Vasquez. That one didn't miss the far post by much. Crafty play from Fabian Rodriguez on the pick on the corner.
One of the things you notice on that save attempt was it was a diving effort from Castaneda as opposed to a patented futsal split save.
Lansing City with the giveaway in the back. Danny Diaz trying to attack, and ball goes out of bounds for a restart. Castaneda lays it down for Kleppel. Kleppel trying to find Blanco. He's unhappy with the position of Blanco on that one as it gets by him. Now Ole in their own zone. High press from Lansing. Alayo to the middle, stops it there. Up to Martinez, and it's stopped by Fisher for the moment. Now Blanco with it, finds Fisher. Trying to go inside. He had a defender coming back on him, and we're going to get a whistle here against Ole, and they can't believe it.
It's kind of tough to see. It looked like Diaz was just standing his ground, and he blocked the ball. I was about to make a comment of how just stout Daniel Diaz was defensively, but it looks like the officials have seen something different than I did.
You look up and you saw probably 7 Ole players and 17 Ole fans with their hands spread and lifted, wondering what was going on. They did not agree with that call.
I will say over the last 3 minutes, there have been quite a few frustrations voiced from both teams to that official specifically.
Kleppel standing over it. Here's the whistle. Left foot strike. He was going for far post up high, and it took a deflection. Montez calling for his defenders in place in the corner. Now in possession of Ole. Space in the near side, Martinez. Blanco's there to shut it down. Overlapping Alayo, and Martinez loses it. 1v keeper for Blanco. Can he finish? Andres Montez comes up big for Ole.
You know, talk about the impact. Castaneda being aggressive, coming out, preventing the shot. Andres Montez pulls one out of his own hat. What an outstanding effort right there just to prevent the opportunity from developing for Blanco.
A 1v keeper opportunity for Blanco. Kind of opportunity that doesn't come by very easily or often in a match like this. And Montez comes up with the body save. Right on the edge of his arc, too. Kleppel looking inside to Chris Spain. This one's going to bounce out of bounds. Bobadilla lets it go. Thought it was his ball, and he's unsure how that one became Ole's ball, but it is nonetheless. Montez out of goal. Up the line to Zavala. Now turned over to Lansing City. Quickly back to Zavala. And his pass looking for, I think he was looking for Pablo Real at the pivot, but he could have had Daniel Ariano as well on the long diagonal.
Yeah, split the difference. Just either one of them. One of them.
Indecisive. Yeah. Here's Kleppel out of the back. Little chip in to the direction of Chris Spain. And Kleppel and Bobadilla exchanging some hand signals there. getting on the same page for the next one. Montez out of goal on the near side, creating an option. They don't need him. Here comes Zavala. Saltzman shoves him to the ground, and surely this will be a caution.
And that was a dangerous attack from Zavala, and to be pushed from behind, and there is a caution given to David Saltzman. Well warranted, well earned.
Tactical foul from Saltzman. So Ole now with a dangerous opportunity, and we know that Fabian Rodriguez loves these moments and loves drawing up things for it. You can see 3 Ole players near the back post. What does he have up his sleeve here? Fabian does have long sleeves, so he could have a lot up there. Here is Mose Crawford, one-man wall. Bobadilla is in it. Crawford with the toe poke right at the wall. Bobadilla
did not flinch.
Did not flinch. No muscles moved.
And you know it was painful too.
Absolutely. David Zavala putting it back into play. All the way back to Montez in that Ole pink goalkeeper uniform. They kept the goalkeeper pink color with their new kits. Can't really see it too well on the stream probably, but they do have kind of a outline, not an outline, they have some graphics on their jerseys that are in a faded gray. Look pretty cool.
It really is a beautiful design. I know we talked about Chicago House's outstanding kits. I think Ole's putting their name on the map for best kits of the season for FCS.
They underwent the new branding in the summer and now new kits to follow along. Here's David Zavala on the near side going down the line. Ariano with the attack, and Castaneda
once again aggressively coming out, just preventing the shot from ever developing.
And it was much needed. Trying to find space in the middle is Pablo Real. Back to Zavala. Mose Crawford is on the far side. He goes that direction. Down the line. His shot is blocked. And now David Zavala at the point. Space, left foot strike. It gets through, and Castaneda turns it aside.
Excellent save from Castaneda. Diving, stretching effort. Doing all that he can to protect the net.
We have seen phenomenal play from Castaneda today. Ole now on count 3. Gets across to the middle, but no Ole players, just Lansing City. Pablo Real. Crispane wins it. He's got Bobadilla. Didn't know. Could have been a 1v keeper situation. Couple now bringing it up for Lansing. Bobadilla, a little pick, and now gets it. Turns. Back to Kleppel. Crispane in the pivot spot. Hasn't shown up yet. Now he goes to the other side. It's Fisher. Fisher cross court. Bobadilla inside. Crispane hits the floor, and Montez collects on that dangerous ball.
Dangerous effort. Zavala did a really good job of just protecting the penalty area, allowing Montez to clean it up.
Ole in the middle of a line change. They have 2 of their starters on. Pablo Real retreats now. Zavala working with Lito Esquivel. Down goes Zavala, and he is going to receive a whistle. Lansing City get their second of the half. Looks like the official was signaling for a little bit of a extended arm and elbow.
You know, we already talked about the goals being split among 6 different players. That's Lansing City's 6th foul, and Trezor Crispane's the first person to have a 2nd foul. Wow. So they split all 5 of their first fouls amongst 5 different people.
Here's Lito Esquivel. 2-man wall. Ole breaking the shot, and it goes over. They actually had Aaron Gomez inside. The two other teammates kind of picked for Aaron as another option. Lito decided to go for Glory. Now Lansing City the other way. Toe poke. Montez with the knee save at the near post.
And the save was required because that was on frame, and that would have been a goal if not for Montez.
Lansing City now with the ball deep in Ole territory. Trying to go inside. Now Ole with it. Can they counter? It's Aaron Gomez on the far side. Gets space on the inside. Castaneda. What a save as Fisher gets pushed out of bounds and draws the foul. A great shot from Aaron Gomez to put it a little bit high on the sliding Castaneda, but he got his hands right there.
We call that a cheeky chip. Cheeky chip. Castaneda was ready for it.
He said, cheeky, no thanks. I'm blocking that one. J.R. Real inside. Castaneda once again. Gomez is there. Trying to get around Fisher, and Fisher goes down once again, drawing another foul. Gomez gets a caution. And Gomez has some words for the official.
Yeah, you have to wonder if the words that Gomez shared with the official on the last call earned him the card this time.
Kleppel asking for distance. It's going to make Gomez come back a step. Gomez wants to get play going again. The official is not going to let him take any steps backwards. Kleppel, I think he was looking for Blanco at the far post. Here is Barney. 1-2 with Fisher. Collects it. Kleppel's screaming for Barney to play it. And now Ole trying to get the break. It's not there, and so they reset. Esquivel on the far side. De Leon's coming in, and Fisher's going to pick up a foul. Gomez asking for a yellow. Don't think they're going to get one here. And Ole have another set piece in a potentially dangerous spot, just a few meters from the arc. De Leon lurking at the back post, J.R. Real on the other side, and Gomez near the 10-meter penalty spot. Leo Esquivel standing over it. Two-man wall for Lansing. Esquivel right into the wall.
It's really interesting that on back-to-back set pieces, really in dangerous areas, that Leo Esquivel attempted to shoot on both as opposed to leveraging any of the three other players available.
De Leon faces up. Now goes back to Esquivel. Esquivel to J.R. Real. As we just about reach the halfway point in this half. No goals yet in this half. All 6 came in the first.
There may be no goals, but there is plenty of excitement.
Montez now getting his touch. Down the line goes J.R. Real, but Blanco pokes it away.
And you know, speaking of excitement, thinking about the foul count, it's 3-3 right now with 10 minutes left. We're just halfway through the second half. It's a lot of time left. If we don't clean up some of these foul calls, we could be seeing another PK shootout like we had in Chicago against Shoreline.
And that ball comes into our little producing area here, protecting all of our equipment. Here's J.R. Real trying to find space in the middle. Blanco's with him. Tried to get by. It's a 3v1. Fisher now, the left foot strike. Blocked. It never got to, did it get to Montez? I don't know if it did.
I mean, he celebrated like he made the save. I mean, either way, phenomenal effort from Daniel De Leon, just with a sliding tackle. And if Montez saved that, outstanding effort as well.
Lansing City in the attack, moving it. Blanco, did he make it? He did, says the referee. Goal number 4 for Lansing City. They pull ahead. Did you lose track of the ball there, Gerard?
You know,
oh my goodness.
Did that go in? Unbelievable. What placement. Jack Fisher loses his shin guard in the process. But just outstanding placement. Oh, it was a pass to Blanco.
Yeah, Blanco
got it.
Yeah, Blanco touched it. Did you hear me say Blanco puts it away? That's all right. It hit the inside back post. Did you see Blanco, Fisher, and Barney there taking a rest? And Andres Montez is going to leave the game, I think.
Yeah, it looks like he might have had a nosebleed.
So Mendoza's going to step in for him. And they find themselves trailing again Ole did not spend much time at all last year, including the summer, trailing. And in this game, they have not had the lead one time.
Which it's incredibly surprising to see out of Ole. I will say this. One of the things that we saw over the summer is that they found themselves in a similar situation against Midwest United and Chicago House, where they were down early in games, and then there was like these small windows of time where they came back. And so it's almost starting to become a theme for them, because we've seen this happen a few times now.
But the one thing we really have to remember about that, though, is those were shortened tour games.
They were.
We know how different those have been. And so, very different. And all in all, even when you count those games, the amount of minutes that they continue to be cleaned spotless. Big thank you to the Lansing City staff here. Trying to get that cleaned up. It'll be interesting to see how this break in the action affects the play. And this is the biggest break in the game today outside of the halftime break.
Yeah, very extended delay. It will be interesting to see if anyone misses a beat or if it takes them a little while to kind of get back into the rhythm of the game. One of the things we saw early, the intensity ramped up as the game went on. And so let's see if the intensity takes off right away or if it takes a little time for everybody to get back. And let's give well wishes to Andres Montez. Hopefully he's okay. We haven't seen him return to courtside yet. It looks like he's still getting medical attention at the moment.
The ball has been placed in the middle as they clean up the last couple spots over on the benches. Frankie Mendoza in net. On the floor for Ole is their second line. Cesar Lyers, Johan Vasquez, Danny Diaz, Cesar Martinez off the goal from Lansing City. Ole get play restarted. They quickly send it out into touch. And for Lansing City, it's Kleppel, Bobadilla, Saltzman, and Crispain. Cesar Lyle trying to split two defenders. It's not there. And Bobadilla getting out of trouble. Can he keep it? No, he can't, and he pulls down Alayo, and surely, oh, I guess this won't be a caution. I thought maybe he would see yellow for that.
I think all of Ole thought the same thing as well.
So now Martinez trying to get the ball to stay put. And he sends it into nowhere. Restart coming from Castaneda.
You know, it's uncharacteristic. We haven't really seen anything successful come out of set pieces today for Ole.
Bobadilla forced into his corner. Now Kleppel working with Saltzman. Down the line. Alayo touches it out. Saltzman puts it into play for Castaneda. Castaneda goes right back to him. Saltzman's in trouble. He's just going to have to kick it away. Corner kick upcoming for Ole. Danny leaves it for Alayo. Came off the line just a little bit there, but within the range of buffer, according to the referee. Johan Vasquez now. Cesar Alayo. Trying to beat Crispain to the inside. Crispain won't have it. Diaz quickly closed on Kleppel. Could this be another opportunity? Mendoza is there, and he collects, not allowing any kind of follow-up from Lansing City.
Yeah, truly outstanding effort from Mendoza there to just stifle the attack, preventing anything developing.
Lifted ball. Saltzman slides. Ole wants a foul. They're not going to get it. Almost their entire bench is up on their feet as Lansing City make a change. And maybe some of those players are about to come in, but Cesar Martinez now giving it to himself. Castaneda collects, taking that right hand after making contact with Martinez. Barney under heavy pressure. Now Kleppel finding Blanco. Blanco trying to turn. Vasquez is there, but Blanco comes out on the other side of it, and Martinez commits the foul. Their fourth.
And you know, Ole really wanted that last call against Cesar Martinez, the sliding effort from Saltzman. It would have been Lansing City's fifth foul and really put them in a dangerous position, whereas now both teams are at 4 fouls with only 1 left to give away before they give away PKs.
Kleppel takes a strike. It's going near the crossbar, and Mendoza is there to block it. And Danny Diaz goes down. And Castaneda comes out with it. 3v3 now. Fisher goes down. No whistle from the referee. Double coming for Blanco. He gets out on the other side. How did he do that? He still got it. And finally Martinez takes it away. But it's Fisher with it. Toe poke. Not there.
Just Blanco is relentless with the ball. He will not stop.
Kleppel trying to find space, left foot strike, it's blocked, and it comes out of bounds right near half. It was like the ball just went right through the player. I totally expected him to lose it, and all of a sudden, he's got it on the other side after facing the double. Barney to Kleppel, high press from Ole. Can Fisher get on the other end of it? He does, but it's right to the fingertips of Mendoza.
And it does look Andres Montez is making his way out, so he is okay.
He's got a neon green kit, assuming the other one was too soiled to put back on. He's having a chat with Rodriguez on the sideline. Meanwhile, David Zavala playing with his back to goal. Decides to go back to Crawford. 6:50 to play. Pablo Real to David Zavala. Chip from Ariano goes into the hands of Castaneda, who lays it down for Kleppel. Kleppel looking for Blanco. Blanco on the turn. Tries to get inside. He goes down. No call. Still jostling for possession and goes out for an Ole kicking. Crawford inside and Kleppel takes it away. Here's Blanco, got pushed in the back, no call. And now again, it's going to be Fisher who gets whistled for foul number 5. And accumulated fouls could become a factor in this match. We see Fisher not happy with how that play resulted, as he receives words from Coach Matt Alashari. So Mendoza across half.
6 minutes left. If Lansing City picks up any more fouls, it will result in a 10-meter PK for Lansing City. Or for Ole.
For Ole, yep. And 5 attacker look as Mendoza is flying up the court. Jonah Timblow on the sideline for Lansing City getting ready. And Mendoza wisely leaves that one go as Bobadilla was breathing down his neck. Jonah Timblow entering the court for the first time. Couple wants space. Plays it down the line looking for Timblow. Crawford's there, double comes. Ariano gets it, Saltzman wins it back, and now Bobadilla has it. He has Kleppel on the near side, Kleppel with space. David Zavala gets beat down the line, Kleppel inside, Saltzman just over his head. Man, had he made contact probably in the back of the net, but also probably very painful if he hits that one. Ole now on the attack, right around the halfway line. Here's Zavala. Pablo Real at the top. Going back to Zavala. Bobadilla facing him up. Inside, Zavala. The toe poke touch from Mose Crawford. He found the back of the net. Tie game with 5:01 to play.
Back and forth
Wow.
all day. Zavala with the outstanding effort just to create that opportunity for Mose with just a little flick over.
You can see he's trying to get it with his right foot or something. I don't know.
It looks like an accidental goal.
It kind of looked like it. I don't want to take that away from him if it was on purpose, but Esquivel nearly found J.R. Real at the back post. This is something we've seen Ole do, scoring goals in quick succession, trying to catch their opponents on their heels. Under 5 to play, a 4-4 tie. David Saltzman, he gets fouled, and the advantage was played, and it gets called back.
I can't say I disagree. It was minimal contact, but there was contact, and it did interrupt his run. We definitely have seen a lot more contact in other plays than that one. But that is now the 5th foul for Ole. So both directions, the next foul will result in 10-meter PKs.
Kleppel with a strike, it goes well wide.
With the deflection off Alito.
So it will be a corner. Ball into Fisher. His shot blocked by J.R. Real. Oh, Fisher off the corner, misses the top corner of the goal by about half a meter. Frankie Mendoza now to put it back into play. He goes long to the foot of Gomez, can't control it. Lansing City will take over. Gomez putting heavy pressure on. And here he is. He finishes. Ole go up by 1.
And when you think about the addition of Daniel De Leon and what he means to this team, we told you that he was the assist leader last season in the FCS. And seeing that effort right there and that partnership with Aaron Gomez, just setting up the easy goal. Outstanding effort from De Leon to create that really good positioning and understanding of where to place himself for Aaron Gomez. And we were just notified it's actually only 4 fouls against Ole. So 5 fouls for Lansing City, 4 for Ole.
Shot the other way for Drew Barney. He missed it. And with 4:15 to go, this is Ole's first lead of the match. And they're trying to press for more. J.R. Real blocked. Lansing City up the floor. Shot from Fisher. It's high and wide.
And there's a shin guard on the court. My money's on it's Jack Fisher.
We talked about the fouls for Ole. Jeremy Kleppel also talking with the official, wondering why it's 4. So somewhere along the line, there was one that our team thought was a foul, and some of the players at least did. With a shin guard on the floor.
Oh, it's
Play
almost
resumes.
assuredly Jack Fisher's.
Probably. Here he is trying to keep that one in play. Can't quite do it, and it will be an Ole kick-in.
Oh, and there's Jack Fisher to retrieve it.
And he says, can I go grab it? Don't start without me, please. We see a substitution occur here. Chris Payne and Saltzman on the floor, along with Bobadilla and Kleppel. And for Ole, it's their first line. Gomez, De Leon, J.R. Real, and Lito Esquivel. Ole dribble this one over the end line. Restart coming from Castaneda. Long distribution to Chris Payne. He holds up play. Gomez is there. Chris Payne still with it, goes back to Kleppel. Kleppel with De Leon on him. Left foot strike, bounces up in the air. Gomez tries to take it the other way. But Bobadilla is able to play it back to Castaneda. Thought he had an option in Chris Payne, but it goes out. Here comes the restart from Mendoza on the substitution for Ole. Danny Diaz working with Johan Vasquez in the back. Ball gets up to Cesar Alayo. Looking inside to Cesar Martinez. Back to goal, tries to do a cheeky backheel, but Saltzman won't have any of it. And if everything stays the way it is, Ole will remain undefeated in all FCS play. They have not lost a single match. That includes the summer tours and the showcase that they participated in. They have only drew a single match. It was the beginning one last year, a 6-6 draw with Midwest.
It's incredibly interesting, too. The first match ever in FCS action they draw, and then to go on and win every single one after.
Timeout called by Ole with just under 2 minutes to play. It's been intense all game long. Ole now find themselves on top. If you enjoyed these two halves of futsal, make sure you join us for the third half. every Thursday at 8 p.m. We talk about all the things going on in the league. FCS Women's opened up play today. We had Jinga in Detroit yesterday. Jinga lost that one. And also earlier today, Shoreline and Innovation. Shoreline winning in Akron by a score of 8-1. So make sure you check out the third half weekly live podcast here on the FCS Live YouTube. 1:56 on the clock. Ole with a 1-goal advantage. How do you write the end of the story for today's game? That is the question.
I mean, the story of this game is really share the wealth. We got 9 goals with 8 different goal scorers.
Wow.
Just incredible.
Mendoza to restart play. He finds Lyle. Lyle back to Vasquez. Quickly to the other side, Martinez. Heavy pressure from Lansing City. Lyle just has to boot it out. Barney is there. Oh, what a play from Blanco. Fisher wasn't expecting that, and Mendoza goes long. Danny Diaz wanting to turn. Can't quite get his feet under himself and puts it into the stands. Castaneda lays it for Kleppel. Kleppel by one, leaves it for Bobadilla. Bobadilla screaming into the attacking half. And Vasquez sends it out of play. 1:22 left. Ticking down to the final moments here in the Lansing City Arena. Kleppel, space. Martinez says no. .113 on the clock. The clock on your screen might differ just slightly. And Lansing City pick up foul number 6.
And it's just a poor recognition and understanding of where you're at in the game to pick up a 6th foul in a situation like that where the play was not even going towards the goal. It was in the backcourt, and now you're giving away a 10-meter PK.
Aaron Gomez will step up, and facing him is the Lansing City Orange, Ethan Castaneda in net. It's an open look on the 6th foul. If you're unfamiliar with futsal, you get 5 fouls and a half essentially for free, but everyone after that you give away a penalty from the 10-meter spot. The goalkeeper does not have to remain on his line. And these are not a walk in the park to make, but definitely the percentages in favor of the goal scorers. Aaron Gomez looks down at it, takes it, and it's saved by Castaneda. Castaneda is hype.
That is such a massive save for Lansing City in this moment. To open up a 2-goal lead would have been devastating with only 1:10 to play. Still a 1-goal game. Still work to do for Lansing City. It's not over yet.
Ball all the way back to Lito Esquivel. Ole trying to hang on to this 1-goal advantage. Inside to Gomez. It's out of his reach. Lansing City take over with 101. Bobadilla, Ahmed, Espinal, and Kleppel in. Kleppel asking for space. Having a conversation with the official, and the official's going to back him up. Gomez, it's not the first time he's been inching himself backwards when the official's telling him to go back. He's on a yellow, so he's got to be careful.
And we talk about the careless foul from Ali Ahmed. It would be incredibly careless to pick up a 2nd yellow here.
Ali Ahmed sends it to the I-beams of the ceiling with 57 seconds to play. Mendoza to Danny Diaz. Danny Diaz space inside. No call. That looked like a foul to me. Ali Ahmed saved there by Martinez. Espinal on the follow-up. No. 2v1 the other way, but Espinal's getting back. Danny Diaz. It's Lansing City ball here on the kick-in. They were trying to call a timeout. None was given. And Ole score. Wow.
It's really interesting. Lansing City was trying to call a timeout.
And it was not given.
And it was their kick-in, so very surprising why it was not given.
Aaron Gomez having fun with that one, putting Ole up by 2. 30 seconds to play. Bobadilla with the turn. $18 seconds now, 17 seconds now. Bobadilla to put it back into play. Finds Barney, right back to him. Up the floor, blocked by Ole. Lansing City trying to find something here in the final seconds at the back post. Deflected by De Leon out for a corner, 5 seconds left. Ahmed puts it in, handled by Mendoza. Mendoza trying one from his crease. And Castaneda puts it into play, and we're going to hear the final whistle. 6-4, Ole on top as they open up their 2026 campaign with a W after trailing most of the game or being tied. It wasn't until about the third 3 minutes or so left when they pulled ahead and never looked back. Wow. Wow. Wow.
I mean, what a way to end the game, too. Lansing City trying to call a timeout on a kick-in with their own possession. Unless I'm mistaken, they still had a timeout left in the half because we knew Ole took one earlier.
Right.
And unless maybe we had it confused and Lansing had taken it earlier and they didn't have one. But to have your own kick-in and then you take the kick-in as well, and your team's just not in a position to defend because you're anticipating getting a timeout. And then for Ole to go up 2 goals, heartbreaking for Lansing City to lose in that fashion. But really tremendous effort for Ole.
Well, I was going to say, really, basically what that does is the game ends at 30 seconds is basically what happened. So they lost the last 30 seconds of the match, which is a bummer. But Ole had done, up to that point, what they needed to do to have the 1-goal advantage, and they kept the 1-goal advantage. And they walk away with 3 points in the best futsal game we've seen of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's only week 3, but it still is.
No questions about it. Every time these two teams meet, it's always a classic. And Ole just continues to up their level of play. And it's one of the things that coming into the season, just seeing all of the hype around all the other teams, you had to imagine that they were just so excited to get back into action and really demonstrate that they still not only are the reigning champions, but they are undefeated in FCS play.
And that brings us to the Pod Escape Room post-game show. From the stat sheet, Gerard, give us a few names that posted some numbers on that spreadsheet there.
You know, we talked about it leading up to that last goal. Ole had 5 goals across 5 different goal scorers. Aaron Gomez was able to slot that last one home to be the first goal scorer for Ole to get 2. But it's really just a continuation of the theme we saw last season. Cesar Martinez, goal. Daniel Diaz, goal. Mose Crawford, goal. Daniel Arellano, goal. So many people on Ole contribute to their success. It's really not just one person. It's literally every line, and they have 3 distinct lines. And the goalkeeper play, really outstanding work. Andres Montez did not stay in goal long. He picked up an injury, but he had 4 saves, only let in 1 goal. Frankie Mendoza, 10 saves. He did let in 3, but still, a lot of the effort from him, too, consisted in stopping attacks, very much like Ethan Castaneda, 10 saves. But it's not just a save for him.
They were big ones.
Yeah, and the big save.
He played really good.
But it's like, how many times did he come out and prevent attacks from developing? And that doesn't show up on the stat sheet at all. But it really speaks to his growth as a keeper. It's one of the things, Ole only took 38 shots. So he saved 10 of them. They only took 38, and they put in 6. It's one of the things Ole does really well. They take advantage of their opportunities, and they don't waste them.
And for Ole, I think this game, I mean, they come out and show themselves to be the strong team they are. 3 lines the whole game, 2 keepers for a lot of the match before Montez went out. and they all played really good. I mean, it was kind of what we expected from Ole. Do you have any? What would you add to that? Did you feel like they brought something this year that we haven't seen in the past? Do you feel like it's, not to play it down that it's the same story, because it is a really good story for them. Undefeated, consistency.
This is like the biggest thing about them that sets them apart from the other teams. Every line that comes in is dangerous. So those we talk about 5 different goal scorers for them. That's across 3 different lines. So it's not like just one line is scoring all the goals, right? It's not just one line assisting all the goals, making all the plays. It's really consistent, and it's one of those things that I just don't see a drop off in talent from one line to the next. It's really consistent play throughout.
They were missing Sammy Esquivel tonight. He has been a starter for them in the past, so we'll see how that turns out for them when he's able to return to play. For Lansing City, we talked about this being their test. We saw some promising pieces last week, and this week it was a test. And I think it was a very successful test for them.
Yeah, I would say, as frustrating as it is to lose, and as frustrating as it is to lose in this fashion, and then to lose the way to give up that goal right at the end, tomorrow when they wake up, they're going to be really proud of the effort they did and the growth that they've seen. And it's something that every time they play against Ole, they really raise the level. And it's one of those things of when will they start to play like that against every other team in the league? Because even, we talk about that intensity. We didn't see that same level of intensity last week against Jinga. They won comfortably, so they might not have needed that extra gear, but when will we see them show up the way that they do against Ole, against everyone else?
And that's something that it is tricky. Opponents do have a lot to do with the flow of a game. Jinga, they're just not as talented as Ole to play at that speed and to be defending and attacking at that speed. I think that's what I would attribute it to. For Lansing City, they did not have Alec Noss tonight, but I think their new pieces looked really good. I think Alessandro Blanco looked amazing. Definitely not the same player we saw last year. Diego Bobadilla, I think, looked really good. He had some very key moments, getting the ball, like winning the ball in the back, pressing up and winning the ball, and then keeping it and making something of it. And, of course, Kleppel played really well. He had a goal early on. And Jack Fisher, Drew Barney, I mean, they came out, and I think we're seeing something new from them this year as well.
Yeah, they're continuing to grow. One of the names, we didn't really talk a lot about him, but I said I missed him last week, Trezor Crispain. He just brings a different level of physicality to Lansing City. And you could see that when he comes into the game, that he helps solidify their strength from a physical standpoint in a way that some of the other younger team members don't. And so that's one of the things I like seeing from him on the court against Ole. Not only holding his own, but really pushing the envelope with physicality.
But perhaps the biggest story for Lansing City tonight, the Orange Man, Ethan Castaneda. He did not have any mistakes like we saw last year. Lansing City didn't really give up goals in that way. I think maybe they had one that was a mistake, but, I mean, Ole also let guys go in the middle, so it wasn't like they were free of mistakes either. But Castaneda's play was amazing once again, and he rose up to the occasion, and I'm excited for what he's going to continue to bring for Lansing City this year.
Yeah, you can just see his development arc really skyrocketing. He's done a really phenomenal job, even over the summer, continuing to develop. And it's one of the things that's so important for young keepers, because you will make mistakes, you will let in goals, but how do you bounce back? How do you respond the next day? And that'll be the really important part for Lansing City. How do they bounce back when they come back and get on the court again the next time they're in action?
Speaking of which, both these teams are off next weekend. One game on Saturday next week at Shoreline and Jinga, and then on Sunday in the evening, Midwest takes on Shoreline. So Shoreline plays home and then away, but kind of in their general Grand Rapids area, back-to-back next week. So Lansing City and Ole not in action next week, but in 2 weeks, Ole travel to Cincinnati to face Jinga on their new venue, playing in a full-size court this year. That was something Ole did not get against Jinga last year. And Lansing City, another doubleheader, this time in Chi-Town. They're heading to Chicago. The Lansing City men play, according to this schedule, they play first at 5 and the women after them at 7. So that's where we'll see these teams in action next. If you enjoyed this broadcast, be sure to join us for the Third Half podcast on Thursdays. We'll be back this coming Thursday. Got some stuff to talk about. Exciting things. First FCS women's game was today. Ole won that one 6-3. And a close game between Jinga and Detroit, and then Shoreline took care of business in Akron as Innovation City dropped to 0-3. That's going to wrap it up for our broadcast tonight, the back-to-back women's and men's game. I'm Jared Kluppel along with Gerard Ascani from the whole production team. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Jack Fisher right there put an incredible display of what it should look like when you move from offense to defense.
Kluppel finds space, and it's there for him on the inside once again. Jeremy Kluppel.
Yeah, and this is a
Committing a crime so you can try to escape from prison. Bad idea. Go into the pod escape room to play an escape game with your friends. Great idea. Test your skill as an astronaut in outer space. Find Santa in Save Christmas. Or take a vacation to an abandoned island. Just don't get stuck there. The Pod Escape Room. Learn more at thepodlansing.com.
Kluppel with a strike, and Nuss with the finish. How did he know?
How did he know? That was a fortuitous bounce for Alec Noss.
He just got his body in the way after that.
Yep. He was able to find the right spot. I mean, it's really a lucky opportunity. It's a fortuitous bounce.
But he's there.
He is there. He's in the right spot. You know, we say the first shot is on the goalie, the second shot.
This is one of the things that I wanted to bring up was the idea, we've talked about this before, but the idea of like splitting halves with goalkeepers. In some cases, it really feels like a decision just needs to be made that like this goalkeeper is definitely deserves the spot and is best for the team to play, rather than let's split halves and we see two different results.
Yeah, I mean that's the part that just, it's so frustrating watching Midwest United this weekend, where in every regard they were dominating the game, and then they take Vicario out and put Marco Narvaez in, and then they end up giving the game away and end up just drawing.
You're watching the Futsal Champions Series on FCS Live.